Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds. We made it, my man. It's Friday. Chiefs training camp, of course, kicked off on Wednesday. We all know what happened with EB and his family. He's still away in Virginia, which is good. I guess everything is going in the right direction as far as his wife getting back to where she needs to be.
If there is a right direction.
Well,
in this one.
you know, it's going to be a process. So who knows how long we're not going to have him in that respect. Who's kind of filling in as the intern?
Well, keep in mind that he's in phone contact with him every day. He knows what's doing, and it's his philosophical approach that's being carried out. Joe Blameyer, who's an assistant offensive coach and has been with the Chiefs, I think, since, maybe 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. Blameyer is a one-time wide receiver at Delaware, which is now in the Football Bears Conference, the Conference USA. Anyway, he's been an assistant coach with the Chiefs for some time, and he oversees the passing game. And then Andy Heck, who out of Notre Dame was the Seattle Seahawks' top draft choice in '88 and did play some pro football with, obviously, the Seahawks, and I think the Chicago Bears and Washington Redskins, if I remember correctly. But anyway, Heck has been with the team from around 2013. He handles not solely, but he's one of the key contributors to the running attack. And, of course, he has something to work with this year with the circumstances such as they are. But they'll, again, keep in mind that Eric Bieniemy is in, I'm sure, constant daily touch with the team, maybe several times a day.
Yeah, and again, we needed his intensity. We needed his push, really, for everyone to be back in that building, and I'm glad he's back. I'm glad his family, or at least his wife, is doing good, and we'll see what happens on the other end of that. But family first, like we said when it started, and football's just a game, so we'll get them back sooner than later. When do the Bears start doing their drills?
The Bears begin they come to a team meeting on Tuesday of next week, and then they begin their first drills on Wednesday. And this is going to be very interesting because, there's some newcomers on this team. I think they're pretty good, but how good remains to be seen. And the circumstances playing in Conference USA, opening your season with Texas A&M is no piece of cake. Probably a whole lot more difficult than opening up with Southern Cal last year out in Los Angeles. Texas A&M will be very difficult. They'll have the usual 103,000 people down in College Station. But over and above that, how they'll do in Conference USA, I think, is going to be indicative of, with the level of player that he has on this team, I think they're going to be a pretty good ball club. Anyway, they start their first drills on Wednesday and go at it from there with the opening game coming up on September 5th in College Station, Texas.
It's going to be here before you know it, man. We're about a month away. Where's the golf tournament this week?
Golf tournament is in Detroit at the Detroit Golf Club. And yesterday, this is called the Rocket Classic. And the leader is a guy named Peter Malnati. He pronounces it Malnati. Peter Malnati, who tied the course record with a 9 under par 61. Now, I have to admit to you, I've been around a long time. I've never heard of Peter Malnati, but he played golf at Mizzou. He's not from Missouri, but he played golf at Mizzou, has been on the Pro Tour. He's 39 years old. 39. He's been on the Pro Tour since 2009. And that's a name that has escaped me. Not been a big winner, of course. But he does have a 2-shot lead. What he's trying to do is get those points, those FedEx points, to get into the competition in 2 weeks that is very lucrative. However, he has 3 more rounds to go beginning today, and it'll be a tough shot for him.
And the Cardinals and Cubs went into extra innings yesterday.
Second straight game. They went to 10 innings. They won 2 nights ago. The Cardinals won the ball game coming from behind, a 4-2 deficit, and won at 5-4 with 3 runs in the ninth. Not such good luck yesterday. Cubs again took the lead on back-to-back doubles by Alex Bregman and by Ian Happ. So another 4-2 lead for the Chicago Cubs going into the last of the ninth inning. Now, the Cardinals did mount something of a threat, but the key batters didn't come through. They didn't get the key hits, and the Cubs go ahead and win. So of that 4-game series, the Cubs win 3 of them, and the Cardinals are now 1 game under the 500 mark and heading on the road now to Toronto to play the Toronto Blue Jays starting tonight and continuing up in Canada this weekend.
If you were to describe the Kansas City Royals season in 1 game, last night would be the perfect example of how the season's gone. Holding onto a 3-run lead almost the entire thing and lose it in the ninth.
And lose it despite giving up only 1 hit That's all Minnesota Twins had was one hit going into the last of the night. And the Royals led 3-0. This was the gut punch to end all gut punches. God bless. Anyway, the Royals relief corps just simply did not come through in this one at all. They being the Minnesota Twins, get a hit, a couple of walks, and then, of all things, a very rare walk-off grand slam. And it was Cody Clemens who hit the walk-off grand slam. Now, here's an interesting story, too, behind that. Cody Clemens, he has 3 other brothers, and all their first names begin with K. Cody is K-O-D-Y. K, what in the heck is the thinking? Well, Cody Clemens' father happens to be Roger Clemens, one of baseball's all-time greatest strikeout pitchers. In fact, the 3rd all-time strikeout pitcher in all of baseball. So, in his honor, all the kids' names begin with K. That is the scorecard marking for a strikeout. Anyway, Cody Clemens, walk-off grand slam, and the Minnesota Twins win 4-3, and the Royals head to Colorado to play the Rockies this weekend.
We've got the Springbirds. How they doing?
Springbirds got a win last night, 6-1. Daniel Ortiz, who was the St. Louis Cardinals, I believe, 16th or 17th round draft choice 2 years ago. Daniel Ortiz comes up with 2 home runs in the ballgame last night against the Wichita Wind Surge and accounts for 4 RBIs, and the Cardinals win it 6-1. This is a 6-game series, and the Cardinals have now won the first 3 of them. Springfield's playing very well. They're a solid contender for championship play. So, hey, stick with them, and we'll see what happens the rest of August and early September.
We've got the trading deadline approaching quickly. We got any blockbuster deals on the horizon?
The big one, of course, the big plum is Tariq Skubal of the Detroit Tigers, who everybody is after. Of course, why they're after him. I think what's going to happen is Skubal goes to maybe the Dodgers, maybe the Chicago Cubs, maybe the Philadelphia Phillies. There are all number of teams who are after him. But I think he goes to them, this is my guess now, on a rental basis. And why is that? Because Skubal's a free agent at the end of the year, and to sign him to a new contract, whoa, that's going to take some big money, especially when the baseball agreement comes to an end in December 1st, and you never know what the situation's going to be. Anyway, I think Skubal will be a rental player, so to speak. I think he'll leave the Detroit Tigers this weekend. My guess is the Dodgers. I think that's probably where he goes. And we'll see what happens. He's one, there are others who are out there. My favorite is the one who may or may not get chosen by anybody, and that's Luis Arraez of the San Francisco Giants. Arraez is a consummate baseball hitter, not a long ball hitter, but he gets on base, so always one of the league's top hitters. And Arraez will be a free agent at the end of the year. I can see him going. The Chicago Cubs have talked about Carson Kelly, a former Cardinal, as their catcher. They are willing to give him up if they can get a quality pitcher, and the Cubs do need some quality pitching. But we'll see how it all ends. The deadline is Springfield time, 5 p.m. Monday. That's when it all has to be done. Otherwise, no deals after that.
Well, I'm probably going to hear some more deals from you on Monday. Ned, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.